and I was in Montana when the election happened, and you know, I'm online and I'm going, cool. And suddenly, in my brain, I'm going, that's 5 meetings a month I don't have anymore. So, yay! So tonight, one of the things I want to do is talk about a different part of this. The improvement committee, I think the improvement parts still have to be part of the town. Who's ever mayor and council members are going to have to probably pick up the leadership as far as the improvements are concerned, because a lot of that is decorating and flags, and I've got 2 bids on the sign down below, which is finally good news. Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to have them next week, but we'll see what happens. Wow. And then I'm still doing research on the other sign down at the other across the highway, because Brian's still up for election, and we really, you know, so, but nobody seems to know who owns that. It's on the city right of way, but the city never built it, so we have no idea. It was one of those things where I think everybody did a handshake, the Robinsons and whoever built the sign, and now we don't know what to do with it. So the city's probably going to have to look at that one and decide how that's going to look as well. It also is going to involve the fact that the cutter directional sign and the welcome signs, both on Grandview and there at Washington, all need to be repainted. It's not just touch up. They all need fresh color and things like that. So those kind of improvements, I think, are going to be part of the city's direction, and we're going to let that happen. When it comes to the events, we've got the Bigfoot Festival, we've got the affair on 4th Avenue, and we've got Deck the Falls at this point. And actually 3 events for one town isn't too shabby. So the Bigfoot Festival is the first thing that we really need to look at, and part of that has to do with how it should be is run as its own event with the auspices of the town, so that in my sheet I've got all the things that I've needed, and the next mayor's going to have all this stuff anyway. Everything that needs to be done, and there was always Porta, and several years ago, a Bigfoot committee. And so I think a Bigfoot committee needs to be reformed, and that way it's the people who want to be involved with this as far as leadership and direction are concerned, and then you go get your volunteers for the event, and we go from there. It has never been my intention that the town take the leadership. It definitely will. We will need a committee to do that. Bill and I have talked, and with Susie, I've talked with Stacy, and I know I've talked with Melanie about what we'd like to see have happen, and maybe that means by the end of tonight we form an ad hoc committee working with the city and get our Bigfoot Festival for June 13th all set for 2026. Comments?
Well, number one thing is it's money. As you know, it takes money to put on these events. So we're going to have to look for sponsorship, as we all know, advertising, and then some presenters, and of course, you know, we've got the run. That's very important. That's been integrated into it. It's really cool to watch all the people get out there.
And that brings in
some money.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and so that money has always gone back into Porta,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
So then whatever committee we build tonight the Bigfoot committee,
Mm-hmm.
right? That money, except for your expenses and all that, goes into that.
Right, so is that what we're talking about, is Porta?
Porta's gone.
It is
Right.
gone.
Heard it, well,
What?
not officially,
No.
but likely it's going to go that way because there's no money left. And
There isn't
there's-
anything for the Bigfoot Festival last year.
So,
No, in fact, we're in the hole
so in other words,
So-
we're starting
with zeros.
completely
So-
a blank slate. with
Where
us.
we were,
So could this Bigfoot committee, you're talking about advertising and needing the money and, you know, because Porta got quite a big chunk of money for our hotel motel. Okay, we need to be able to access.
That money with the hotel motel is for advertising. At the first, they thought it was for just general giving money to the function, and
It's only
then they
advertising.
changed
And
it.
it's supposed to be for
Now it's
nonprofits.
advertising.
Right.
But still, though, there's a lot of advertising that goes along.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Bigfoot,
you know,
so if we can access that somehow, I mean, how
Oh,
do we
And
go about
I
that?
have, the bigger question is the Bigfoot Festival name a
no,
nonprofit in Washington State?
no.
No.
Turns out,
Porta owns it.
Porta does own it?
Yeah.
So can Porta release it?
I don't know how they release trademarks, I haven't even researched that at all.
We could turn around
They own the
and
name.
and start our own name, a different name. It could
But
be the
why?
Metaline Falls Sasquatch Festival, and it's just about as close. You know, I don't know, I'm just saying if there's
I
a,
don't know that anybody cares that it's
But if
taken.
Porta would release this
if,
to the Bigfoot Festival committee, a
If
new Bigfoot Festival, then it can still stay the same.
yes,
And it can,
if they
because
sign a
I would
release.
hate to like start a new thing.
Oh, yeah. no.
Right, and it's already, there's a lot of MFBF
Right.
things out there.
Right.
That's even the website.
So it's just a matter of calling them and asking them.
yeah, all you,
Well,
we need a
who are
port,
you?
Porta is, so that's why I'm here.
Right.
Somewhat. So
Yeah, if they don't know,
Porta has
Melanie's
kind
my
of
daughter, and she's, you
dissolved,
know, all this
um,
with Porta, so.
There was some funds taken, just like with the
Yep.
town of Metaline, so we lost about $30,000
nice.
that is unaccounted for. So basically, I'm the only one left on the board just by default. Everybody else is gone.
And
so-
they ran faster than you.
Right, right. And I really don't want to have anything to do with it,
Yeah.
but it's kind
Can
of fallen
you-
in my lap.
Can
But
you check,
Yes,
because
I
you
will check
are
on
a
that.
Porta person, can you
Yes.
check and see if we can keep the name
Mhm.
and just take it out of Porta and put it actually into a and then somebody could
Yeah. well,
do a nonprofit, a Metaline Falls Bigfoot Festival nonprofit, and we would have a board for that, right? And turn it into that from Porta to keep it, so,
It's name recognition.
right, right.
It
And
is.
so you want to keep it as much as the same as we can, and see if there's any way that we can,
And see if we can access this hotel
name.
motel.
well, and I know how, and I'm sure you know how to do
Yeah.
that, right?
Oh, and I do too, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
And so-
okay.
So if we get a Metaline Falls Bigfoot Festival nonprofit, if they will release that, I don't know how that works.
As a business, yeah,
yeah.
basically.
And then we just get new board members and it goes from Porta actually into that name. Then we have board members for that,
Mhm.
and then that stays there, and then we could apply for the hotel motel taxes for all the advertising.
Okay.
One of
You
the
guys
things you
know how to do
mentioned, Tara, at a council meeting was potentially a chamber of commerce or something in the county handling a lot of events, because we have Downriver Days, the county fair. Plus is this going to be just a separate entity, or is there still talk of more county?
When we first talked about that, the two chambers were looking at merging. I don't know whether that has happened.
I don't think it has yet.
I am supposed to go tomorrow night
Oh.
Okay.
to the North County, or the Newport Greater Chamber of Commerce meeting.
Uh-huh.
I've reached out multiple times to see what time the meeting is, to see where it is,
Oh, yeah, let me know. Maybe I can come too.
and I haven't heard.
Oh,
Oh,
And your brother's supposed to come with me?
okay.
Because we are the president and vice president of the North Chamber.
Okay.
And so we are in the process of trying to, the hope is, Mark, is that we have one chamber for the whole county. And then we have all these entities like you just talked about that are not part of the chamber, but we are part of the chamber because we pay our dues to the chamber. And then everything goes up, and everything in Ponderay County is on the calendar, is in one section, is our hope. But we're waiting on the South County to say, yeah, it's okay that you guys join us and do all this.
And then the county would apply for the hotel, motel, the monies would run to the county? at that
No,
point,
we would have
or-
our own, we would make our own Bigfoot Festival
Okay.
committee.
But the idea
Right.
is that
Through
the
the-
greater chamber
Right.
The chamber
would
would-
have, all of these events would have a
The
voice in the-
advertisement
oversight.
for them, and,
Okay.
and so everybody's got one calendar for the whole Ponderay County. We know when the Newport Rodeo is, we know when Downriver Days is, we know when Deck the Falls is, we know when all these things are, so that people
Fair
don't
and forth.
book things on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then it's all one county all working together. And so that is my hope going down to that meeting tomorrow, is to make it
Yeah.
all one big chamber, to make it all one big county, instead of, yeah. That's my hope on all of it, but I don't know how that's gonna work.
It's definitely a sort of a time crunch thing though, because if we want the Bigfoot Festival to go up in June, we definitely have to sort of,
And by the way, the dates are June 2021, because it's Father's Day weekend.
Right.
oh, it's the
So,
20th and
yeah,
20th.
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, so make sure that's right.
So, yeah, I don't know how, I don't,
It's late this, next year.
everything.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
One of the
Okay.
things too that we gotta look at is like if we're getting presenters or anything, you know, I mean,
They
some of
book
these guys
a year-
are booked
a
out
year in
quite a while ahead
advance.
of time, so.
Well, I say book them, just because of the Cutter, I've already talked to the board at the Cutter, we've talked about, we need pricing for that, and the Cutter will pay for the presenters to come to the Cutter and present at the Cutter like it was in the very, very beginning.
One of the cool things too is I think if we talk to some of these researchers and stuff that just would do a pilgrimage over here to be able to sell their books and stuff and just give them free booths and,
Right.
you know, give them a place to, you know, you gotta find your own place, but, you know, we'll give you the opportunity to come up here and just, you know, hang and do your talks on your research and stuff, and get 2 anchor presenters that would work.
That would-
be up to
yeah.
Cutter. That way we're not paying out a lot of
Yeah.
overhead.
Especially for the first year.
Yeah.
Our rebuilding year, if we can start
Right.
out small and then we can grow up
So
from
the
there.
ones that came this year will be expecting all expenses paid, a couple $1,000s for their time, a hotel, or staying at.
Oh my God.
Oh, I
Yeah, so-
understand that.
So we may not be able to invite them again.
They
Might
can
have to be
expect
different
it.
ones.
Well,
And you know the people, and you know the
I'm very
people,
well
so.
connected with a lot of the
Are they-
So-
Bigfoot people.
So based on the ones we had this year, do you think there's some that are as good or better?
Better.
That you
Oh,
could
he
get
is.
to come?
He's got better ones that were at the Cutter,
The very
in my
first year.
opinion.
First and second year.
In my opinion, there were better presenters the first and second year at the Cutter than there have been the third and fourth years, in my opinion.
I'm not-
One of the things I know that we've talked about is taking the focus of the Bigfoot Festival off of the vendors and putting it back on the presenters, and having the race really draw the public in to enjoy what's going on.
And bring it into a Bigfoot theme of, you know, all the vendors and stuff can be, you know, making sure that they're selling Bigfoot stuff, and, you know, or even people up here in the county.
Pardon me for interrupting. People here in the county, don't lose that. I'd like to move that over there, put this over.
I don't care.
Which is blinding.
Do whatever.
You do what you need to do.
Anyway, and, you know, we need to support our county, you know, and the support of the county is being able to bring the people that, you know, do their homemade jams and do other things like this.
Make sure that we include our local people that are vendors.
Yeah, they
as
should
much
be
as
given
possible.
first priority.
Yes.
Yeah. I did bring the vendor list.
Oh,
From last year. I was
excellent.
able to get this off the website and how much was paid, and there was over 100 vendors.
Yeah.
And I know for the most part, I walked around this year and most of the vendors were very happy with
Really?
their sales. They're like, I want to come back, can I sign up now? And of course, we didn't do any of that because things were in flux. But based on what I saw, you know, we had a lot of variety of vendors. We had from the really nice artisans doing the pottery and things like that, and then down to
The stuff.
the junk. But I just looking at the audience that was coming to the festival, they were going to the junk a lot and buying things. And we were selling T-shirts in the booth I was at for $20, and like that was maybe all they had to spend was $20. So I think we need to have a mix. It would be nice to have a lot of the homemade things and all of that. That's great. But we also need to have the cheap
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, just my
So-
grandkids. It's like,
Sure.
oh,
Yeah.
grandma, look what I got, you know, for $5.
Yeah.
We need to have that, we need to keep that kind of stuff.
The one thing also, as long as we're discussing the vendors, I had very, very upset business people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And that
we did.
was,
Well,
that
that'll
was-
just change
yeah.
next, well,
Yeah.
but the town can change that next year and
The
say,
way they're set up.
Yeah.
only the food vendors can be in the middle of the streets and not in front of the, I mean, that's an easy
Well, you
thing.
don't even put the food vendors in the middle of the street. You put them someplace else, and but you do put the vendors down the middle of the street and not in front of the business.
Right,
that
Right,
was-
it was just,
So what happened was we had a really nice map, which was from
I
last
have
year.
the map.
Oh, I have one too. So we had a really nice map in 2024 where we had
Right.
everybody laid out, and we tried not to put like jam next to jam and
Oh, sure.
you know, like split them up. It was very nice, very well organized. And I was told we had the same map this year, but there wasn't a map.
Yeah.
So as the vendors came in, they were just placed wherever they wanted, so it was a mess. But we
Yeah.
can make that better next
Yeah,
year.
Yep.
next
Oh,
year
yeah.
will be a whole different.
Yeah, it'll
And
be
then-
all different.
I have a brilliant idea. I think that we need to do a razor ride, a side-by-side ride,
Oh,
and we need to make Sasquatch posters out of cardboard so people can do cutouts and they go out and they look for Sasquatch. Right? And that's gonna bring in a whole different kind of people. Because
You guys
people,
wanna ride?
Doing a
if you
road.
do
I
a
love
ride, if you do a ride with all the people up here that always go out anyways,
How about putting that into Sunday, because we do lose a lot of,
where,
It'd be perfect.
wherever,
Yeah.
however it's
That's a
gonna
good
work.
idea.
Yeah.
Good
It
idea.
doesn't matter, but I mean, isn't Sasquatch in the
Because
mountains?
Saturday,
Yeah.
there's a lot
Right?
going on.
And you could set up
And
like
so-
some cutouts, and then if they
And
get
then
a
we-
picture of it.
And you do
then
a
they-
picture, and then we do a prize at the
Uh-huh.
end with the most favorite,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
best favorite picture that came in.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But on Sunday, I like
I
that
think it's
idea.
brilliant.
I think it's great.
Uh-huh.
And we could get the
Trailblazers.
trailblazers to help, because they know
Get
how
the
to do
trail,
that.
and the Trailblazers could map out the map, and then we could put the Sasquatch out, and how many Sasquatch can you find? And we make one super, super hard, right?
Yeah.
The rest of them are pretty easy,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
like it.
And if you could find a really big person to go out actually in the costume, that'd be even better.
Yes, in June. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really hot.
Yeah.
Chilly.
You never know. Anyway, that's my thought, is that we get a hold of Trailblazers, and that adds a whole nother group of people
Yep.
coming into the town to eat more food, to buy more from the vendors.
It pops up Sunday.
and
Yep.
and Melanie,
Yeah.
that's when I was talking about like having two anchor and the rest of the big footers just kind of
Yeah,
hang out at the booths.
Yeah.
and
that's it.
That way we're not overpricing ourselves out of, you know, and then if we can cut it down to like two different sessions, so like we have a morning session, afternoon session,
Mhm.
that way we can get more people to come in and watch those two and be able to go back out and
Yeah.
Yeah.
send
in
them
the
in.
crowd.
And we could
Yeah.
even do a two-day ride. I mean, because those people that like side-by-sides, they go all the time, like multiple times, you know?
We'll see what,
Anyway.
But we do the 5K on, you know,
Saturday.
Saturday morning.
So it'd be nice to have something different for
Sunday
Sunday,
morning.
so that you have people
Yep.
stay longer to
Yeah.
do things.
After church.
You know.
You could have
After
the
the
guy in
pancake
the
breakfast.
costume carry a vuvuzela.
Is that gonna be you?
It could happen.
Okay, there we got. We got our guy. In costume.
We definitely have an ad hoc committee working here. I really want to pull together a board and those who are interested in doing this so that we've got something to put out there and get our nonprofit status back, get our name back, you know, and so
I've
that.
heard it's difficult to get a nonprofit set up.
Not really.
No, it's not? Okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
No.
Because I was wondering
And even
if
if
we can
we
like
can just-
transfer it
Yeah.
from Porta, but if it's not hard, then.
Yeah, the paperwork, you know, we're gonna have to come up with a fee, but
So you
I mean, I
because you
think
know how to
that-
set them up,
Yeah.
nonprofits, right?
Yeah,
So if
I
you guys could visit about how, when you get on the phone with them and say whatever, and maybe they would even just let us take it and make our own from Porta and just keep the name,
Yeah.
if they know that there's people interested. And tonight we make
Yeah.
a committee of whoever, if anybody wants to do that, and that way we're set and ready to go with our feet hitting the ground. I don't know.
Okay, what I suggest is that as a committee, we elect a Bigfoot chair and a co-chair. Stop that.
Sorry.
Big butt chair. A secretary and a treasurer. That way we've got, the nonprofit will need a board of, a leadership board, and then anybody else becomes a board member.
Right.
And so we definitely would, I hate to throw this people under the bus, but Melanie, would you like to be the secretary?
Oh, I can be secretary. Don't make me be chair.
Build a song
And,
chair?
No, I appreciate the offer.
Ms. Vazan, would you do treasuring? Smile
Or
at
do you
me.
want to do the chair?
No, I don't.
It's not going to be painful.
I will do the treasuring, I guess. Yes.
Susie.
Well, I'm secretary for a couple different things.
I know.
and
I know,
have a lot of things
but you
going
will
on.
have help.
Yeah.
I promise you that. You will always have help. Now, here's where I really want someone to throw themselves under the bus who would like to chair and co-chair.
Dan Chagrin.
Okay, this is gonna sound amazingly, arrogant of me, but I wouldn't mind chairing.
Good.
I would love to have you be the chair.
As long as I've got a
And I
co-chair.
think you would make a good co-chair
I
just
would love a
because
co-
you are,
I
you
would
know,
love
all
to
Okay.
have
that.
you chair.
Yes.
Please.
I vote Tara be chair, Bill be vice co-chair, Melanie secretary, and
Susie treasurer.
Susie
And Susie
treasurer.
Treasurer, are there
Okay.
any of you who wish to actually be active board members?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Stacy,
Yeah.
Nancy,
Mark Ditch.
I guess I would.
Fran? Thank you. Yeah, basically
Yeah, it'd be really good to have one of the council members.
Yeah, and
And
basically then we as a committee then become very responsible to the town to make sure that they know
Yes.
exactly what needs to be done, because I'll be real honest, they'll do anything for you. Monty Rice will literally, torch a bus for you.
He'll collect skunks for you.
He will kill 31 skunks in
31 so
county.
far.
31 skunks in county. But he has to know what is happening, and that's one of the things that has happened the past couple of years is a lack of communication.
Yeah, so it'd be great to have someone like
Yeah.
Bonnie give him the map and say, yeah, we need.
Well,
you know,
it's gonna be
flags
little
put
things.
here and
We
that
need
or
more than one
whatever.
person on site when the vendors arrive.
Oh, yeah.
We need,
Yes.
we need to make sure that there's communication at
We
the
need
cutter and the,
Leaders and people. to
And we
be
need
able-
more than one person all of the decisions.
yeah, well, which is
Oh, yes.
why
So what do
you've
you-
got a
So
board.
Bill, if we have people at the Cutter doing the presentations, a lot of the people that attend are maybe a little elderly. How do we get them in between the two?
That was one of the things that, you know, we've talked about carts and things like
Like
this.
getting somebody with golf carts
Golf
or
carts,
something like
yeah.
that to be able to shuttle people.
Because they have
back
that
and
down
forth.
at Down
Because
River
it-
Days.
it's-
Yeah.
I think that
Those
would be
carts
nice.
taking
Quite a
people
walk.
up and down the hill.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
popped in it one time,
Yeah.
going up.
The
Yeah,
golf
maybe we
cart
could have,
shuttle.
maybe we could have Selkirk trailblazers that want to
Yep.
bring their carts up and do that.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
And the
They can still have a
Trailblazer-
tip box or something.
Yeah.
And the
Really like
Trailblazers
that.
could be
Yep.
advertising for the bride the next day,
Yes.
right? If they
Yep.
have somebody
Right
riding
on.
the rigs.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to volunteer for the board if you guys are cool.
Thank
with
you.
it.
Cool.
More-
Thank you,
more
Mark.
people on this.
Mark, that's really great. That is
I
really
just think
great.
the more ideas and the more, yeah, I just think.
Well, let's pull, let's let Melanie and Susie do their magic with the state.
Okay.
And find out the quickest, and then I will, because, you know, we don't have any money. Johnson and Leiniger will spot any fee, because there's a fee for doing that. We'll just feed the kitty right now. We'll take care of the fee. Just let me know how much and where the check needs to go, and we'll take care of that. Because I know if they're $30,000 in the hole, we're starting from scratch. So we'll have, you know,
Will that ever come back?
Don't know, they can get it out of her, but
yeah.
But there is charges against it though, correct? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of restitution is really difficult, to be honest.
Plus
In the
there's
other,
all the city stuff too.
in the
Like-
other towns that have
Yeah.
gone through this, they barely got, 20%
Yeah.
back.
They kind of forget about like auditor services and things like this.
Yeah,
They
it
get down
gets
to that.
really
That's-
crazy. So anyway,
Crazy.
but we'll see what happens, but we're gonna need funds before any of that even hits the courthouse. So we'll have to do some real quick sponsorships. Look for, you know,
The tribe,
go to the tribe, go to Seattle City
Because the
Light.
tribe will be October,
yeah,
right?
October 1st, so if
Yeah.
there's any way that we can get this done before October 1st, we can write to the tribe and we can talk to them about that.
Let's,
Um,
let's throw the Bigfoot committee into a meeting sometime in September. And just see where we're at and who's gonna contact who and how we're gonna get it. We gotta get the sponsorship up, because if we can just get even some seed money, we can make things happen for
Yeah.
it.
Well, if we can pull this off for less than 10 grand for a start and then get, you know, some of the monies from the vendors and things like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know.
Once that happens. Melanie, is the race, pretty well internal? It's, the fees pay for the race
Yeah.
type of thing?
Yep, so it goes
Okay.
in, it's with an external vendor, Race
Okay.
Roster, so it all gets paid into there, and then all the fees come out of there, so it just kind of standalone, it pays for itself.
Excellent.
Makes a little bit of
it
profit.
does make a bit, doesn't it
Yeah, it
not?
makes a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe
but-
$500, I mean, not a ton.
Okay, but, no,
yeah.
but that's a nice chunk of money.
Yeah, yeah.
$500 goes a long way.
And maybe Seattle City Light, and now with the new PUD,
Yep,
general manager,
Oh, yes, and local is a,
you
yep,
know,
yep.
Local
that might
and
be
county local.
something.
Yep. And then once the Chamber of Commerce entity starts to revolve, we'll be able to get them more involved with what's happening. And that will help with the hotel motel tax money, which advertising is everything. I mean, really great posters, really great, and I hate to say it, you get it on the television and you get your PSAs out on some of those TV spots, and there's nothing wrong with that, so.
There was quite a few people that said they heard about it from the TV.
Yeah,
which I didn't.
and
know
see,
people
that's it.
Still watched commercials, but.
Well,
Some do.
but if you go to the three networks
Yep.
and the public television station, they'll do PSAs for you, and you just have to create the spot and they'll run it, then it comes up whenever their schedule allows, but it's usually free.
Yeah. Not
So there's
10,000
nothing.
something. that-
Yeah.
Pay KXLY.
No. On the
You
other,
didn't have to
We
pay.
didn't
Um,
pay then.
on the other hand, the one year
They didn't get
that it wasn't KXLY, was it Crump? Came up here, and I had been washing the toilets and the floors and the bathrooms. I was in a grubby shirt and
Boy, I
no
remember
makeup.
this, yes.
And Jennifer comes over and says, they want to talk to the mayor. And I'm going, no. And he goes, no, I just need your voice. I'll film you, but I just need your voice to talk about it. Oh no, that night at 10 o'clock, there I was, red knees, elbows. I mean, I looked good compared to what that was. And I was never so embarrassed in my life, but as we were walking in, the cameraman dash interviewer said, thanks for being such a good sport about that. I'll make sure to edit everything. I said, I bet the mayor of Spokane doesn't clean, doesn't. And he goes, oh no, she has her makeup person and her PR person and wardrobe, everything is rescheduled. And he says, and I don't think she does toilets. So,
Too bad that wasn't part of the article.
No, I wish it would have been, because I really look
Would have
like hell.
explained why you look.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is what the mayor of Metaline Falls looks like and what she does on her weekends. So that was a good PSA for us, because it was Jennifer talking about it, and it was somebody I think it was Jack was, was at the cafe, and they interviewed him, and it was like, okay.
Well, I would bet you that Jennifer would get the owner of the grocery store to help too.
Got it.
It's kind of like all hands on deck, let's get this thing going
Right.
again.
Yep, it is looking.
It's a refresher.
It is perfect, but let's just take to the end of the week, find a date in September, early in September. Let's get together again and let's
You're gonna
make
be
this
gone,
happen.
Melanie.
I leave September 9th, I think.
Okay, I'm gone the 18th through the 25th. It might not be everybody, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
just whoever we
We'll
can
get
get.
it figured out.
But once you guys find out this week,
Yeah, that's the information we need. So when you guys have got that, we can go from there. Okay.
we can
I
have it on
have
your
a,
birthday, Nancy.
I have a couple that make those movies, you remember the Flash of Beauty films that came up here and was at the theater?
Okay.
Okay, they've got,
Go from there and see, so we'll look at that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
anyway, the
Rather
Flash,
than starting over.
the Flash of Beauty people have a Native American rendition of Sasquatch and stuff, so,
Ooh.
you know, that might be also another very nice hook for the.
For the tribe.
Hills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I did tell Kurt I was gonna talk to him a little bit about it in the future here. I just haven't got around to it yet. Well, we were at rodeo and other things, or not, the fair and everything else going on. So
Yeah.
I wanna reach out to Kurt and
Yeah.
talk with him about it, and maybe,
Yeah.
you know, tell him where we're at and what we plan on doing.
That sounds wonderful.
If you guys don't mind.
No,
No,
those
no.
kind of connections are what we need. You know, if you've
Yes.
got those kind of people in your life, then those are the things. It's like, you know, a connection with the Trailblazers. It's nice to have that. It's nice to have those kind of connections. So, and we're in a small town, so we tend to overlap anyway. So that's fine. Okay, Bigfoot looks good. A fair on 4th Avenue is set to go, but there is also some talk because of the Holter situation that the cornhole tournament may or may not.
I thought of that today. 'Cause
Yeah,
Bear's in charge of that. He's
Yeah,
the
and
one
so
running it.
they're working on, so their decks will still be playing, they'll have food, but we're not
Everything
sure
else.
about the cornhole tournament. Everybody is in a very, you know, sad.
Heavy.
There's the word for it. It is a heavy place. And so this year, we're just gonna let the Legion do what the Legion does.
Legion's does a good job at it.
And they
Just-
really are.
yeah.
The one thing that we've been trying to get organized is a decent car show. So that may be a project for the town to help with
On that.
on later days. Yes.
Get a hold of the guy at the Padre County Fair that does the car show. What's his name? Jim?
I have a friend of mine too that
Hang on.
has a connection with the car shows.
Check
Ponderay County Fair's got that old car show that guy does every year.
Right.
And that guy's, I don't know if he's still around or not, but
The one thing that I have a connection with a couple of car groups out of Spokane and Spokane Valley, but their trouble is that there's 2 big shows Labor Day weekend.
right.
And so most of their people head to the bigger show. So it's finding a hook or finding,
And we have a lot of people up here with old cars.
yeah.
We
And
just
I,
reach out to the locals.
yeah, and I'm, I'm sorry people like Tommy didn't keep his and Van took his, and so, 2 of our fun ones. But yeah, we can definitely look at locals, but definitely for the affair on 4th Street, the Legion really has been doing a nice job.
They have.
And they're really great, when they're gonna block off the streets, they're keeping it manageable because their volunteers are like a lot of volunteers. They're getting older, they're getting spread a little thin, but they've got a really nice event on Labor Day weekend at this point. The following weekend is the Highway 31 yard sale. And so that brings its own wonderful people to town. And what's really nice is we now have even more groups that are in town to get them off the highway and into town and to the cafe and to the Legion and to the Cutter, and so.
Yeah, in fact, the Legion's gonna have tables set out for whoever wants to bring stuff there too.
Oh, good,
So-
that's good to know.
I had totally forgot about the Highway 31 sale because that's county, North County, so that would be, that will be something.
Somebody started it, has done a really good job with it, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they,
Have you reached out to Santa for
for who, to who?
Santa for Deck the Falls?
No.
I don't know.
Deck the Falls is basically the Cutter Theater for Saturday with the Arts and Crafts Fair, and then Sunday the community concerts at the Cutter, and the advertising has been doing that. I've been, as mayor, I've been sort of pinpointing, making sure my parade is organized.
And that's on Friday, right?
Yeah, that's Friday at 5. They are really good at getting it done. You just never know quite what's happening. The one year they changed how the lineup happened, and I didn't know that was happening until later. But fortunately, it's always run well. The parade's always a hoot. I just love that parade. We're still, we've got the artificial tree. The town's working on getting a live tree, but 1, it's expensive, and 2, finding them and getting them transported is something else. And so we are looking at a live tree again. But for now, we'll just have to have an 8-foot or 18-foot tall, and we'll get the branches turned around this year. And when it got put together, it got put together upside down. And so the branches don't go like this, they go like this. And so we've got to, so that's a project that Mommy and I are looking at, so that'll be.
Harry Potter tree.
Yeah, it is. It is a Harry Potter tree.
No wonder why that design, it was upside down. I
Yeah.
apologize about that.
No. Oh, did you do it? Oh, that's right, you did do that for us.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
The only other thing that Monty is building for us is a base. So it's not sitting on the ground and then tipping halfway through the winter, because it's up there for, a month.
It is up there a long time.
Yeah, it does, it's up there for the month, and so it would be nice if it didn't look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa towards the end of it. So we'll get that. I have, over the years, but it started when I was at the Cutter, I have a master checklist of the volunteers and everything that happens, and so that'll be something that, once again, I'll leave for the next mayor to do. This will be my last year. By the way, the mayor's big payoff is to come in with Santa on the fire truck, and so You know, who's ever gonna be mayor there are 2 perks to being mayor in this town. There were only 2. There were only 2. One is you get to ride in with Santa on the fire truck. And 2, you get to pick the mayor's quilt during the quilt show. So that's always fun. Hey, I take.
Well, and the signs for or is that was
What?
the signs that the kids do for Deck the Falls. Didn't you pick those or was that
No, I do
for the cutter?
at the Cutter, that's the poster contest is through the Cutter.
Right.
It's the Father Christmas.
That's right. That's right.
You see, the Father Christmas costume was made for someone who was 6'3". And I can wear it. I mean, it hits the floor. So I need a really tall person for Father Christmas. And you should see how fast people run when I come up to them and I go, "Are you at least 6 foot tall?"
Say Dennis Flanagan.
He won't do it.
Why?
Do it.
I don't know. He just has turned me down for years. Do you have an in with him? I don't anymore, so it's just... Anyway, yeah, the Deck the Falls is really, it's coming out of the Cutter by and large. The town makes sure that the parade people are organized, and that's, so Deck the Falls itself is pretty good. It's been my miss. I've got to talk to the people at the Cutter, that executive director they have, and talk to her about getting some hotel motel money for some really nice posters, event posters.
We have to make an appointment.
Okay.
She's a busy,
I work there on Fridays.
she's a
Do
busy
you think-
woman.
Yeah,
She's a busy woman.
I know. Do you think she can come in on Friday and we can talk about it? So those are our events. Those are who we are as Metaline Falls. How many of you are involved one way or another with Downriver Days? Oh, that's no, we're not done. The Falls Festival, the Halloween Festival.
Oh, yeah. We get that back.
Yeah,
Was that a Porta thing?
Since it was it wasn't a Porta thing, it was a
Middle
Kelly
thing.
thing.
it was a Metaline thing, and Jay basically went, "I want nothing to do with this." And so, definitely we'll see what we can
So the
get
Fall
organized.
Festival started at the Cutter because there was no place for the kids to go do anything safe in the community. And so we got cheesy little games, and we did cakewalks, and we did all that fun stuff, and we had tacos or hot dogs or something with a movie, and then we had a costume contest and all that. And then COVID happened, and so then we took it out into the streets.
Yeah.
And then we did, I think...
Good weather.
Yeah, and it thankfully it had been really good weather, and so then we include the fire department and the Legion, and then it went all the way through downtown, and then the Nuva had the movie, and then Kelly stole it for 2 years.
You've got no problem saying that.
She did.
I know what she did.
She did not want to work with the Cutter at all.
Oh, she was just naughty.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
Let's
so
go
now,
back to the positive side of this.
so anyway, so it's back, and so the question is, do we want to put it back at the Cutter the way that it was? Or do we want to keep it around the town and do like a scavenger hunt and do that whole thing and have it be a town event with the Cutter? If not, the Cutter will still just do it because we sell the same cheesy games, we sell the same stuff. And
how about if we throw back to where we originally did it in the Cutter to get started?
I thought it was great when it was at the Cutter.
And,
I thought so too.
and then, if we want to extend it a little bit more later on, we can. I mean, but
yeah, this year, let's get it back how it was, yeah.
So
then we'll just have a Legion and the fire department have a booth at, because they did come and they did booths at the Cutter
Yeah.
before it went out town. So the Legion was there, and so yeah, okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, because they helped with some of our.
yeah, because I can set up my cornhole out on the front steps or, south lawn or whatever, and so the
Okay.
kids can do that for,
Yeah.
for games and things. It's just a safe, nice place, and this year, it's on
It is on
Saturday is Halloween.
Oh,
So what we were
okay.
thinking is, if you start at one-ish, and you get all the games played and you have the costume contest, maybe set up a movie, but it also gets them out and ready to trick or treat with more sugar by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, and the parents will just love us.
Yeah, or get them home in time, get them a little bit of good
Exactly,
food
get
maybe,
dinner
and
and,
then,
yeah,
then
here,
get it
have
back.
some protein. So I remember the one year my granddaughters were up here and the 3 of them went they didn't have trick or treating in Soda Springs. It was a trunk thing that they did at the school. And they did all of Metaline Falls, and then they hit Metaline. And they had like 5.5 pounds of candy apiece.
Right.
They started with these little buckets, and I ended up giving them pillowcases because it was obscene how much candy they got. So, yeah. Their mother is so thankful. Okay, so we're up to 4 events then. So we've got the Bigfoot Festival. We've got the fair on Main Street, hopefully with a car show, and then Highway 31 the next weekend. We've got Deck the Falls. We've got the Falls Festival. I think we're a busy little town.
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and that doesn't even count Downriver Days. Which
Oh, no.
is,
And
which
how many
is
of you were
great.
involved with that?
Just with the Legion
Fair.
working in a booth.
I know some of you were involved with the fair, so that'll get you.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get you. Yeah, what are you looking at?
Who is the contact from Metaline Falls for the parade for Santa?
Isn't that Sean Bentley?
Bentley, Sean Bentley. Yeah, Sean's my contact.
Okay.
It's basically been his little baby. It was a group at one point, and then there was some kind of falling out, and now it's just been Sean. And man, I swear, he puts on the parade just so he can blow up fireworks. I swear, he loves that more than anything. And, so he puts on, you can only do the fireworks if there's a parade. At least that was my attitude, and he just laughed. But the parade has been good. I want to get the dinosaurs back. I gotta talk to my dinosaur people and get those Christmas tree lit dinosaurs back. They were so funny. Anything else? I realize I'm a pushy broad, but this is,
That's how the
Basi-
chairman needs to be.
yeah.
The co-chair just sits back with you.
Yeah, yep. She nods his head and makes me feel good. So, well, what's really nice is I think what happens next with the committee, with this committee, is really going to depend on the next mayor and the council and how they want to tackle things. And I think change is good. I think change is good. All right.
So do we want to figure a tentative date to have the meeting in September? or wait?
Let's take a look at our calendar.
Do you leave
Everybody
on the
got their
9th? Yeah, leave on
calendars.
the 9th.
September
Yeah.
So you're not
1st.
gonna wanna have a meeting on the 8th, which
Oh,
is your
okay.
mother's
That's
birthday.
fine.
It's your mother's birthday.
Oh,
And
you're
I'm-
gonna be gone.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Where are you gone
How about
to?
September 1st? It's only a few days away.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't say September.
Well, but it is, because
Oh.
if we wanna, when are you gone till, Melanie?
We've got to also look at, like to try to put in for or sponsorships and stuff like
Is
this.
September the 18th too late, or the 17th,
gone.
18th, 19th?
I'm gone, but you can run it without me.
That's 22nd.
We can't do the 18th, Bill and I can't do the 18th.
Why not? What are we doing?
Well, unless you reschedule our other meeting.
No.
What about Monday the 22nd?
That's good for me.
Are you back, Tara?
No, I'm not back until the 26th.
Oh.
I'm gone a full week.
We could put you in on a phone call or
I wouldn't mind that. I'll be in Maine, and so it's a couple hours difference, but that, we're skinny dipping at midnight, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, come on now already.
like
Oh,
I
my
said,
Lord.
it's like these, if we have to, we can do phone phone calls in.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got,
And Melanie, you're not back till when?
On the 20th, so the 22nd works for me.
And that works for me.
okay.
Works for me too.
And
You
Tara,
guys
you're
can-
gone on the 15th?
I leave the night of the 17th, we fly out the 18th, I'll be home the 25th. Actually, we get in at midnight on the 25th, so
And
I'll be
that's
home on the
getting too
26th.
close to October.
Yeah,
Say if
it's
we
just
wanna get something
way
in
too,
with the
way
tribe.
too, yeah, if
Yeah,
we can, if we
October
can possibly get it,
So if
you
you
know,
talk to
if the
Kurt
22nd, the
before,
22nd
maybe
works.
try to get the
I'll
ball
on the-
rolling there.
I'll get on the phone.
I mean, I can do a phone call and do anything, you know, say yes, no, and
So what day of the week is it, 22nd?
It's a Monday.
that's a Monday. It's also the fall equinox, it means that the days are equal.
Ugh.
Somebody's gonna be gone the 15th.
Yes, and from that they get shorter, and Donna always takes that personally.
You'll be gone on the 15th.
The 15th, yeah, I'll be done.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can figure out whether or not we can
Do
put
that
the
this next,
nonprofit
Ahead of that,
ahead
yeah.
of that, and then I can report.
So do we want to do the 15th or the 22nd?
Because some people will not sponsor without a nonprofit status.
right,
So what we're gonna
right.
do is we're gonna look at Portas and see if there's a way that they can sell their business or we can acquire
Transfer.
their
It's
thing and
dissolving it.
dissolve and rename it.
And Melanie,
Something else.
the best thing to tell them is, I'm it. There is no committee, there is no organization.
There's nothing left.
We
yeah.
have dissolved and,
Well, before you dissolve, you need to make sure that if you're gonna take and transfer that stuff, you need to get it transferred before you resolve, or otherwise it
yeah,
goes into a whole barrel of
So
pickles.
we just need to find
Yep.
out if we can do that, because I know people sell businesses all the time,
yep,
but
Or,
can
or just
can you
transfer.
buy the
trademark.
business and.
yeah, but
Right.
nonprofits are a
Totally
little
So
different.
nonprofits are a different area, so.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the 15th or the 22nd?
If we can do the 15th, that, it's earlier. I mean, the more time we have, the better.
But you
Which
can't call
I'll
in though.
be, potentially, depending on the time, I'll be in Iceland, so.
Hey,
So
we'll
we
feel
figure out
sorry
where-
for her.
Right, we'll have an answer for that,
Yeah,
yes,
we'll have
yes.
some kind of an answer before
Mm-hmm.
that time,
Oh, I would
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay,
the nonprofit part of it.
well, we'll figure it out. And we can definitely call a phone meeting together, you know, at 7 o'clock in the morning on any given day. I mean, I'll even do it on a Sunday, so. And I'll get a couple of you to mass on
We don't
time.
have to like have a Zoom, we can just have phone calls, you know,
Yep.
I've done 3-way communication calls. and
Yeah.
Somebody else would call in off their phone, you know, so we could have like 6 people if there's 6 people.
Oh, yeah.
So we figured 15th or 22nd? What
Let's
was,
try for the 15th.
Okay.
Let's try.
okay.
We'll see if we
6
can.
o'clock?
Yeah.
6 o'clock is,
We can
yeah.
figure out the nonprofit thing, what we're
Okay.
doing.
Okay.
Okey dokey. Thank you, people.
You people are wonderful. Thank
Are we
you.
gonna have it here?
If we're gonna physically meet, let's continue to meet here.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
You're not here
so
the
you know the whole
15th.
thing, cool.
No, I'm here the 15th.
Oh, you are the 15th?
I'm the 15th, I'm here the next.
Oh, no.
Besides, I can
She has
always,
the key.
I can always, well, I can get at anybody, you know, I can, yeah. I can get one of the council member, I can give
That's
her
true,
a key.
yeah, Frank can have the key.
I've been trying to get organized and get keys so that at least one council member has a set of keys to the doors. So that would be helpful. Yeah, just, yeah,
Yeah, that would be good.
yeah. Not everybody. It's
Oh,
like,
no,
we don't want everybody.
Oh, no.
They're like new blood.
And when we get a checking account together, we're gonna want 2 signatures.
Right.
Either the
idea.
chair, or
Yeah.
the chair or the vice chair, and the treasurer. So that we've got at least 2 signatures out of 3 people. That is just,
It's very important to have that.
yes, it is. It is indeed. So, oh wow, I feel so good. I feel so good. It's just, this is like mopping up. I've got 4 months of being a lame duck. And it's like, I can get this done, and I can, and look, it stops here now.
Put me on the list for.
Absolutely. You got it. Thank you, Sharice. We got ourselves a Bigfoot festival.
Yes, oh, yeah.
I saw, it's from a TV show, it's more like one of the medical shows, and in an ER, and two guys